Now I understand why I can't find someone. My standards are just way too high. I want someone good-looking, over 1.80 m tall, who treats me well, and is also rich. Tell me, where can I find a man like that? And the funny thing is, if a really handsome guy came to talk to me, I'd think, oh my god, do I even deserve him? But if an unattractive guy wanted to date me, I'd think, oh my god, do you think you deserve me? Ha ha ha. Then I go home thinking, wow, what a delusion I have. It's really funny.
Guys, yesterday a friend came over to my place to hang out, and he noticed this board I have on my wall where I wrote down my partner selection criteria. He laughed so hard he got a stomachache. Then he said, now I finally understand why, after all these years, you're still single. And he went on, with these standards, forget about finding a man, you wouldn't even find a ghost. That got me thinking, are my criteria really that strict? Let me show you, and you tell me what you think. So, this is my board of standards for choosing a partner. Writing these down is also a way to set goals for myself because I believe every relationship is an exchange of values and there needs to be balance. First, he needs to be healthy. Isn't that basic? Without health, how can you live well? Next, no bad habits. Because honestly, some things just don't change, they're ingrained in a person. When I say bad habits, I mean things like excessive drinking, gambling, or other vices. Third, good values and character, and emotional stability. That's the bare minimum, right? Emotional stability is super important. Nowadays, a lot of people avoid marriage because all they hear are negative stories online. So, for me, emotional stability is essential. After all, marriage today doesn't always guarantee happiness, but it should at least guarantee safety. Also, he has to be respectful and caring toward his parents. Isn't that obvious? If someone doesn't even respect their own parents, how can they build a healthy relationship with someone else? Another point is having a good understanding of life. Okay, maybe this is a bit more demanding, but I think it's important. People with this kind of understanding usually grasp the laws of cause and effect, respect life and the world around them. They know what's right or wrong, have limits and principles, and tend to be more tolerant. Sixth, the ability to make money. In the past, I didn't think this was so important, but now I see it's essential. Being able to make money isn't just about wealth, it reflects a person's level of understanding, worldview, ambition, and dedication. Next, being funny and witty, with good emotional intelligence. This is something I added recently because I think it brings a lot of emotional value to a relationship. I also value people who love to learn, as I love studying and personal growth. I find it very inspiring. Loving sports is another point. Taking care of your body is basic, right? Without health, how can someone live a good life? Additionally, having good life habits. Someone who takes care of their own health is also capable of taking care of others. Knowing how to cook is another point. I think men who know how to cook are more thoughtful and know how to enjoy life's small pleasures. And finally, coming from a healthy family background and having a clean and well-groomed appearance. This also reflects a positive attitude toward life. So, what do you think? Are my criteria really that crazy, or do they make sense?
Family, a man asked me about my criteria for choosing a partner, and I took a moment to think before answering. I told him that, at the very least, the salary should be 20,000 yuan per month. Immediately, he said my requirement was too high. So I thought again and said, well, if it's over 10,000, that's fine too. Even then, he still said my standard was too high. Do you think that's unreasonable? I'm only asking for a salary of 20,000 yuan or more. I didn't say they must own a house and a car, right? Is that asking for too much? I don't think so at all. If you can't meet this requirement, that's fine. I'll just choose someone who can. Isn't that fair? It's not like you're the only option out there. And if I really don't find anyone, like he said, maybe I'll stay single forever, so be it. Being single isn't an issue for me. I'm not in a rush, so it can stay that way. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. My goal isn't to get married at all costs. Not getting married is a completely valid choice. I can work, earn my own money, and take care of myself, and that's enough. He also said that in Shenzhen, only 1 in 2,000 people earns 20,000 yuan or more. What do you all think about that? From my perspective, there are plenty of people earning that amount, right? Maybe the problem is that his social circle is too limited. Now, I don't know if I'll be criticized for saying this, but I'll be honest, I don't have requirements when it comes to dowries, houses, or cars. My only high standard is for salary because for me, someone capable, someone with talent, is what truly matters. Today, a 38-year-old woman came to my studio. I will tell you a little about her. She is 38 years old, 1.70 m tall, weighs 60 kilograms, has a university degree, owns a business, and earns $500,000 per year. She lives in an area near the district. She has a sister who is already married and has children. Her father was a worker, but he passed away a year ago, and her mother is retired and in good health. She owns a 128 square meter house in a building with more than 10 floors and a financed car. She would like her partner to be at least 10 years younger, with a university degree, reasonably good-looking, slim, and taller than 1.80 m. The man's appearance needs to be attractive, with a calm temperament and principles similar to hers. She stated that, with her stable income, she doesn't want her partner to know about her high income too soon, as she considers herself to have a common appearance and a lower previous income. During our conversation, she told me that when she was younger, men of her age did not show interest in her. But now, with her financial situation improved and a more stable lifestyle, she believes she deserves something better. She wants a man who fits the beauty and success standards she now feels she can offer, without compromising on her high expectations. She believes that, with her recent financial improvement, she can choose a partner who is young, attractive, and shares the same lifestyle. I told her that if she earned $100,000 a year, that would place her in the income range of common workers, and the age range for choosing a partner would be closer to hers, something between 3 to 5 years younger. She should not look for a man with standards that match a high salary because she needs to be more realistic. If she doesn't have any specific attributes that would make a younger man interested in her, such as a good physique or obvious wealth, it would be difficult. She also mentioned that in the past, men her age did not show interest in her, but now that her financial situation has improved, she wants to look for men 3 to 5 years younger. She believes that with her position now, she could find a partner who shares her ideas and values. However, this makes her feel increasingly frustrated as she struggles with the idea that her age is an important factor for most men. She mentioned that she feels out of the game because many younger men don't consider her a viable option due to the age difference. I explained that, even with financial success, she shouldn't look for a man who is 10 years younger. She needs to accept the circumstances and have more realistic expectations because, despite her current success, she is reaching an older age. Otherwise, it will be difficult to find a partner who accepts the age difference without questioning it. I also told her that, especially for men, youth is often an attraction, and the 10-year age gap could be seen as an obstacle. Furthermore, if she focuses too much on searching for a younger man, she risks missing the opportunity to find someone with whom she genuinely connects on a deeper level. In the end, I suggested that she lower her expectations and look for a man with similar values and principles, someone from a simple family but compatible with what she can offer. If she does that, she will have a better chance of finding a partner. She was impressed with the analysis and praised my approach, saying she wanted to follow my guidance to improve her love life and also learn how to manage her relationship in the future. However, I also emphasized the importance of understanding that life isn't just about finding someone who meets a specific set of demands and standards. Successful relationships aren't built solely on physical attraction or financial comfort. They are based on mutual respect, shared values, and above all, a genuine desire to build something together without idealizing perfection. The reality is that if she continues to focus only on external or material characteristics, she might end up missing the opportunity to find a real connection. She admitted that she might have become obsessed with finding perfection, and although she still holds many high standards, she started to question whether those were truly the most important for her long-term happiness. By the end of our conversation, she committed to re-evaluating her expectations and being more open to more realistic possibilities, with a calmer mind and less obsessed with the idea of finding the ideal partner.
The world is full of all kinds of strange people, right? This girl here, her demands are something out of the ordinary. Normally, people want to find someone with similar qualities to theirs, right? Like, if a person doesn't have many qualities, they'll look for someone more ordinary to balance things out. That way, no one can complain, right? But this girl, no. She only has a technical diploma and wants to find a man with a master's degree. And do you know why? She thinks that, since her education level isn't that high, she won't be able to help educate her future children. So, she's decided she needs someone with a master's degree. She told me, this is my most logical standard, the minimum. And preferably someone who's a teacher. I looked at her and thought, seriously? You're sabotaging yourself with these demands. And she even sent me 2 poems she wrote in the dormitory. Want to hear them? Sighs. She started, I came softly like the wind and left the same way. But I was called back by the wind which whispered where the city lights shine. My God. She said she wrote this for me, can you believe it? She thought that with these poems her success rate would be pretty high. And the funniest part is that she said teachers love romantic declarations like that. And here she comes with all this talk and these absurd demands. She wants a rich man? A man to support her? Look, my friends, help me out here. How do I keep going in this job? This is getting way too hard for me. If it doesn't work out, I'm throwing in the towel. I'll quit, guys. It's way too complicated. I think I will probably never get married in this life. Have you ever been on a blind date? Have you ever tried meeting over 100 people in an hour? I'm 35 years old. I've never been on a blind date. Until last week when I attended a large 8-minute speed dating event with 260 people. I think I will probably never get married in this life. The event was organized by a local forum in Chongqing. There was a wedding dress show, a band, and it was very stylish. The rule for the 8-minute speed dating was that the women could change seats and have 8 minutes to talk to each man at the table. There were 10 tables, with 12 people at each table. It was like eating revolving sushi, except I was the sushi passing by. Of course, none of that is the most important part. The other men didn't have to say much. What impressed me the most was a theory proposed by one of the men, where he said that a woman cannot have all 3 qualities at the same time. The main idea was that a woman cannot be beautiful, financially successful, and have a good personality all at once. I don't understand why such an absurd theory exists. And even more so, why people around him agreed with it. What I saw more of were beautiful women with great personalities, who could also work hard and make a lot of money. Don't women like this exist around this guy? I don't believe it. So why did he come to such a conclusion? I seriously thought about it. Maybe he created this theory to comfort himself psychologically, because a woman who meets all 3 criteria would probably not be interested in a man with such thoughts. Since he can't reach such exceptional women, he chooses to ignore their existence. It's like the saying, the grapes are sour to those who can't reach them. If there's one thing I've learned from my own mistakes, it's that if you truly want to find someone to marry, you can't set your expectations too high. I've tried to make up for past relationship frustrations in new ones, but I realized that was a mistake. The right thing to do is to avoid fundamental issues, the ones that really matter, rather than focusing on flaws or trying to find the perfect person. Because let's be honest, who is perfect? If you really want to leave single life behind, you can't be overly demanding. Someone who is good enough is already great. Nothing in life is perfect, and insisting on perfection only wastes time and energy. It took me a while to understand this, and it's something that applies to both men and women. Dragging out this search for too long can be really harmful because we start creating unrealistic expectations. I've even thought to myself, oh, I'm attractive, I'll always find someone. And yes, maybe I will, but will that person be a good partner or just another disappointment? That's the question I've learned to ask myself.
Why are more and more girls unwilling to lower their standards when looking for a partner? A friend of mine gave me a painful answer, but it really reflects the reality of many situations. She said, marrying a man who has nothing means betting your youth and future. Betting doesn't always work out, but if you don't bet, you'll never lose. I don't want to win, I just don't want to lose. And what if he's not a good investment? What if he's not just incompetent, but also a mama's boy who doesn't know how to take care of me? What should I do then? She continued. Even if he has potential, I would have to spend years watching him grow. What if, after he improves, he leaves me? And if, in my case, I'm ugly and fat right now? What man would wait for me to exercise, lose weight, and become beautiful? Today, getting married feels like a high-risk investment with a great chance of breaking. Women today often emphasize their rights and others' obligations, but rarely talk about true equality. If you're against the high bride price, they say your opinion doesn't matter. If you can't afford a high bride price, they say you can't marry, and they'll tell you outright that you won't get a wife. Some argue that the bride price is startup capital or a coming-of-age gift for the woman, but isn't that an over-explanation? Even if you meet their conditions, they'll likely increase their demands, then begin pressuring you to do impossible things. And at any dissatisfaction, they're ready to break up. You end up feeling lost, not knowing what to do. I don't know exactly when. But feminism has become a kind of division. Many women prefer to remain single than lower their standards. This has created a situation where many families don't know how to handle it. Don't think women don't care about getting married. Even older women are still looking for a partner. It's not uncommon to see women born in 1979 still looking for someone, and when they meet men's families, they become demanding as well. I'm perplexed. What are they trying to do? Why can't they lower their guard and approach things with more humility? Nowadays, both young men and women are afraid of entering serious relationships, fearing that the other person is more interested in trips, shopping, dinners, and envelopes of money than in a real commitment. Many of these young people don't have money, ability, or are leftovers in the system. There are also those who borrow money from the whole family to finance the wedding, and after paying the bride price, they want to break up or take the bride price and don't return it. There are many cases like this. Sometimes being clueless doesn't only refer to the man but also to the woman. You might not get married, but you shouldn't exploit other people's feelings. In my opinion, anyone who demands an excessively high bride price isn't genuinely interested in marriage. If the bride's mother truly likes the groom, how could she have the heart to ask for so much money? If you like a woman, how could you make her life harder? The reasoning is the same. Some families say the bride price is a guarantee for the woman, but deep down, they're preparing for a possible separation. My personal view is that marriage should be a union between two young people forming a family. It doesn't matter if they rent a house now or after marriage, work hard to buy a house and have children. If two young people decide to be together, even if it's hard and exhausting, they should have the opportunity to live this experience. We shouldn't put giant obstacles before even starting. How many couples who truly wanted to stay together ended up separating because of a high bride price? This dilemma is quite complicated. Even when they want to get married, people hold on to their unrealistic standards. Both women and men are unwilling to compromise. And this situation will only worsen, not just in China, but around the world. In the end, I believe one side will have to give in, and from what I see, it probably won't be the men. The situation for women is likely to get worse. What do you think about this? If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.